These are Burger King's new Jalapeno Popper Whoppers. Are they a flopper or are they a showstopper? Let's find out. These are actually looking pretty good. It cost me 16 bones for the both of them. As you can see, they each have 4 jalapeno poppers on top of that Whopper patty. There are 2 different kinds. This one is just what they call the creamy one, and this one is the Chipotle one. Sauce is a little bit different, I guess. They both have lettuce and onions, and looks like that's about it. So pretty simple, no tomatoes, no pickles, nothing like that. I'm very tempted to just break into one of these jalapeno poppers and try it out just to see what it's like. But I don't think we're, well, maybe, we'll see. I think I'm gonna go for the original creamy one first. I have no idea what that means, but the sauce looks a little bit green and mean. So let's take a bite. Oh. So that is what the jalapeno popper looks like. I don't see much of the jalapeno. It must be like chopped up in there. It's basically just like a fried cheese. Well, it's a jalapeno popper, but different little take on it. Got a good cheesy flavor mixed in with the jalapeno flavor. Could be a little bit crispier, but that's okay. Not everything can be the most crispy in the world. I like this. I like this a lot. The salsa or whatever green sauce they're using on that, not sure how well you can see it. It's kind of like a, what's the word, man? Like a fancier word for jelly, like a chutney, you know what I mean? What, no seeds on the bun? Kind of like that. A bit of a switcheroo. And the Whopper of the Whopper patty, the flavor comes through. Solid little addition. You know, I wasn't gonna do this because I just did like a jalapeno popper pizza the other day, very recently. And usually, it's a little bit fiddly though, a little bit fiddly. These are falling all over the place. Usually Burger King, they're all in Korea, is always coming out with new like menu items, but they're all looking pretty bogus. They're all like the slightest of variations on the same thing they have, and they just call it a different thing. In my experience, sometimes they'll come out with a hit. This one, I'm not gonna say it's a showstopper. I'm gonna say, just the name alone, it's worth a try, for sure. I mean, jalapeno popper Whopper, it's a classic thing to say, to speak out loud. And for what it's worth, here's what I would have done. I would have gotten rid of all the vegetables. I think I would have taken off the lettuce and the onions because they're just making everything a little bit harder to eat. It appears there's also mayo on here, so that's the only other condiment on there besides that sauce. And I would have just made it straight, real simple, straight up. The green salsa or whatever it is almost like a relish. Like a pickle relish, now that I think about it. I like the texture contrast and the flavor contrast of the jalapeno popper and the beef. But it's a little bit fiddly, and I think taking off the slippery onions, the slippery lettuce would help with that a little bit. And just simplify the flavors, you know what I mean? To really taste the beef, that flame broiled beef, and the jalapeno poppers, which are pretty good. It would also help the The jalapeno poppers stay a little bit more crispy. Crispy. These are definitely not the world's crispiest jalapeno poppers. This one, I would say, I'm pretty hungry right now. I would give that a solid out of 10. I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to this one more though, the Chipotle one. I feel like it might work a little bit better. So let's dig into this one. You know what I would have liked to see if they could have pulled this off? Just one big jalapeno popper, like one patty size one. I feel like they could have pulled that off. And so it would be a little bit less, you know, messy as well, probably. This one has more of that kind of like creaminess from the cream cheese. For some reason, it's just coming through a little bit more. The Chipotle sauce, I think, works better, for sure. A little bit more of a kick. And just goes better, in my opinion. I mean, like a sweet pickly chutney was okay. This simplifies it. You don't need the extra sweetness from that, whatever it was, the sweet pickles, and it just adds some more heat to it without adding any overwhelming flavors or competing flavors. So I like this one a lot more, actually. Slurping down a burger. I actually like this one quite a bit. I would be very curious. Next time, if I were to order this again, I would tell them, just take off the veg and maybe add extra of that Chipotle sauce. And I think you might have something real nice with this one. Flavors I've never really tasted in combination before. And out of 10, I'd give this one like a classic, like 7.6. I prefer a regular Whopper with cheese, double. But out of if I were to compare this to their usual like new menu offerings, which there's like I was saying, there's so many, I just never really film them because they're just not that cool. This would be a little bit higher if I was just comparing it to those, maybe like a 8.5. This one specifically. Love me a good Whopper, man. Anyway, there you have it. Those were, I wouldn't say mighty fine, but if they were refined, they could be mighty fine. And I'm staying out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.